What's going on, everybody? This is Dave from This is Pop Punk Promotions. I'm here with Ricard from Tears of a Fallen Hero from Gothenburg, Sweden. How's it going?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Really appreciate you coming on. Let's dive right into it. So, when and how did you guys form?
In late 2017, uh, we brought up our old band named Hero in Action, but our former bassist didn't want to join us, so we decided to change our name to Tears of a Fallen Hero. And it was a studio project in the beginning. We were just sending files to each other, and then we kind of had a few songs, and then we decided to be a band because people liked what we did. So yeah, that's how we started.
That's awesome, man. Short and right to the point. So, you guys released a new album in February, Save Us From Ourselves. How's the response been?
It's been good, very good. But our plan was to do a lot of gigs, but we also have all four of us have small children, so things are coming up all the time. So they hold us back sometimes. But we have to be better when we plan our situation, and then we can do stuff. So if we, yeah, in the short term, it's kind of hard to do stuff, just pop-up shows and stuff like that. But if we have a few months, it's easier for us.
I feel you, man. I mean, I have a niece and nephews, so I definitely sort of understand where you're coming from.
Yep, yep.
So you just have
So
to work around it.
I have two kids, and the other guys have three. So
Oh, wow.
we
Not
kind of
messing
busy.
around.
Yeah, yeah.
Right on. So, who do you record it with, and how's the process?
Um, it's it always starts with Robin or Daniel, in the guitarist Daniel or the drummer Robin. They just make out some riffs and stuff, and they send it to me and to each other, and we try to form a song of it, out of it. And then when I get some ideas on the vocals and stuff like that, I go to a studio, to a guy. His name is Kenny, and he has it is a friend of mine, and he has a small studio, but he knows how to do it good. So, and he understands what we want. So I go there and I try my ideas and stuff. So when I'm in the studio, I also arrange the songs. So then I send it back to the other guys, and they get to react on it. And almost all the time they like what they hear, so they will continue, and then we mix it and master it. And so it's kind of short process when we have songs. Like I said before, we have kids, so when we have time to sit down, it goes really fast. But sometimes it could take like 3 or 4 months for us to even sit down and write a song.
And drag out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, as long as you get it done, that's what matters.
yeah. That's the way I think too.
So you're from Gothenburg, Sweden. How's the pop punk scene there? Do you have a favorite local band, a favorite venue?
I would like to say that the pop punk scene is kind of dead over here. Um, Everybody wants to play metal and hardcore and maybe some rock and roll. Um, but it grows, people listening to it more and more. But when we check our Spotify for artists, let's say 95% of our listeners are from other countries. It's kind of small in Sweden, but we have a few great bands, so hopefully it grows.
That's awesome, man. So who are your biggest influences?
Oof, if you ask me, I would say Anne Boleyn. I like his vocal melodies, and also, let's say, we try to mix the sound of Anne Boleyn, 30 Seconds to Mars, the earlier stuff, and let's say a bit of Bring Me the Horizon, just to get the heaviness. So let's mix them together, and that's probably us.
I would say Amberlin is probably one of the most underrated bands. I feel like they
I
don't get
agree with
enough
you.
love.
I totally agree.
So
They
I'm really
are
glad that you said that.
fantastic band.
So if you could tour with one of those bands, which one?
Hmm. Maybe I would like to tour with all of them, but it would be fun to do it with 30 Seconds to Mars because I've been to a few of their shows and they have a cool arrangement around it, a big show, and it would be cool to be a part of that. So based on that, I would say them.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yep.
Can't really go wrong with that. So now I'm going to ask you some non-music questions. It's a good way for me to get to know you. I did this with the other bands. Are you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I am.
All right, first one, favorite video game.
Ooh, it's been a while since I played, but let's say FIFA, the football, soccer.
That's one of my favorite games as well. Can never go wrong. Who's your football team? Your European football team?
European, the team in my heart is IFK Gothenburg. They were in the 80s. They were like one of the best teams in Europe and also in the 90s. But then the money came into the business, and now our league is not that good anymore. But in England, I'd say Everton. Uh,
Okay,
it's not that many people who have them as a favorite team, but there were a lot of Swedes there before when I was younger. So
right,
that's why I wanted to. That's why I choose them.
right. No, well, now that I can respect, and I think it's really cool that you support them. Now, if you were to say Man City or Liverpool or Arsenal, I was going to give you a little bit of a hard time because I'm a United fan.
You are okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm a United fan, and we've been through some tough times, but now it seems like we're heading in the right direction with Ten Hag.
Yep,
So I'm
I
glad
agree.
that you said Everton and you say one of those teams. Otherwise, I would have given you a hard time. All in good fun.
But I can respect you for that because I have a hard time with all the oil money teams.
Yeah,
City, Chelsea, PSG, and teams like that. I that just somebody just came there and oh, here you have as much money as you want to,
right,
and you're going
right.
to be great. United has built something for over the years, so
Yeah,
you have my respect there.
I really appreciate that. What's your favorite season?
Season, summer. Uh, in Sweden we have let's say 9 months of rain and cold and darkness. So we have like 3 months a year where everything glows up, and yeah, I really like the summer.
That's awesome. And is it true that there's one day every single year in Sweden where it's like never light, it's constantly dark?
Yeah, but not here in the north. In the north of Sweden, it is totally dark
That's
for
nuts. I don't know how like
24
those
hours.
people do it.
I don't know either. We have a lot of great bands coming from the north, and I think that's one part of it because it's cold and dark all the time, so you don't have anything to do. Let's
So
just
just
hit
make music.
yeah, just make music and be in the rehearsals spaces as much as possible.
Hey, I mean, to each his own. I mean, me personally, I like my sun and my warm weather, but
Yeah,
whatever floats your boat.
yeah, yeah.
So, all right, so if you could go back in time and talk to one world leader or a person of influence, who would it be? And you can pick a dead musician.
Okay, okay. Hmm. Wow, that's a big question. Uh, wow. Let's say Nelson Mandela. Maybe. Uh, I don't know why. I just had to come up with someone, but or Martin Luther King or something. Uh, People that stood for something and wanted to make a difference.
Right.
For the good. Uh, uh, some One of them. I don't know.
That's awesome. So if you had $1 million and you could donate it to any charity, which one?
Whoa, many people needs. that kind of money and that kind of help. But maybe, wow, maybe to this is so hard. So many people could use this money, but maybe war childs, people that to children and people who's been through a war and living in misery all the time, get the chance to start a new life and with fair with a fair situation, so some kids are born into to war and stuff, and and live with that all their lives, so maybe something like that.
That's awesome. All right, man. Last question. What are some places in Gothenburg that visitors should check out?
Oh, many, I would say, but we have a great amusement park called Liseberg, or Liseberg if you translate it. It is pretty good. We have a great roller coasters and nice and nice nature around it, and also there are great bands all summer, every year. Everything from metal to pop artists to all genders. But every year they book like three or four bands. I go check out. Bands like Queens of the Stone Age. Have you heard of a Swedish band called Helicopters?
No.
They are more like rock and roll, but action rock is a big genre in Sweden too. Bands like The Hives, Millencolin, yeah, Blink 182, 82 and stuff like that.
You sold me on Millencolin.
Yeah, I love them. That's one of the reasons. I have two bands that made me want to play music, and it was Millencolin and Refused, if you heard of them.
Yes, yes, I have. Never listened to them, but I've heard of them.
Okay. A great hardcore band from Sweden.
That's awesome, man. You'll have to take me there when I get over there.
Of course, of course. Just hit me up and I'll show you around.
Sounds good. Well, I really appreciate you coming on and chatting it up a little bit, and the support means a lot to me.
Thank you too. It was nice meeting you and nice being on the show. Um, I'll follow you and check out all the stuff you do.
So, for the people that are going to watch this later, where can they find your music at?
Almost everywhere, but mainly Spotify. You have a YouTube channel. Yeah, on all streaming platforms, I guess.
Do what the man says and check out the tunes.
Yeah. Once again, what did you say?
I said, do what the man says and check out the tunes.
Yep, that sounds good.
All right, my man. Well, like I said, really appreciate you coming on, and hopefully you have a great night, and we'll be in touch.
Yep, my pleasure. Have a great
All right,
night.
see you later.
Bye bye.